What's up? Happy Friday! You're watching Tito Talks, non-life insurance discussions with me, Miguel. And if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. We're happy to have you here. Tito Talks, non-life insurance discussions is all about making non-life insurance topics easy to understand for both agents and clients. So whether you're buying, whether you're selling, there's probably something for you here. And we're very, very happy to have you guys here today. And for today, I do have something special planned for us this Friday because we're tackling something not a lot of people really, really like. And it's a point of frustration for customers because they have to deal with it. And it's a point of frustration for agents because they have to explain it. And if you guessed it from the title, yep, it's right. We're talking about deductibles. Why they're there? Ano ba meron sa kanila? And today we've got three things about deductibles that you need to know that you probably didn't. But for those of you who already have motor car policies, you probably already know how deductibles work. Every time you file a claim, a certain amount of money will be deducted from the settlement, especially if your preferred choice of settlement would be via cash settlement, wherein the insurance company writes you out a check for the damages to get the vehicle repaired. Instead of the insurance company directly coordinating with the repair shop or with the dealer. Now, with that being said, a lot of people get frustrated. A lot of customers find a lot of frustration in this topic because you've already paid your premium, which is by no means cheap. And every time that you're requiring the insurance company to fulfill their promise to you, you still have to pay additional fees in the forms of deductibles. And there are specific reasons for that. And we'll get to that in a bit, though. But one very important thing to note is that, so sorry, one very important thing to note is that your insurance deductible, which is also known as a participation. So they call them deductibles, they call them participations. But the reason that they're called deductibles is because the value is ultimately deducted from the final settlement amount. Therefore, you don't have to pay anything at all when you get your settlement checks because the deductible has already been factored in upon the final settlement. So they come up with the final amount, estimation of the damages, how much it would take to compensate you for the claim, and then that's the time they apply the deductible. So you get a reduced amount when you receive your check, when you receive your cash settlement. So there's not a lot of things you can do about it, but maybe perhaps it's very important to understand why we have a deductible, and that's actually point number one. Deductibles are actually used, and they're a very, very important control device, not just for the insurance company, but for the market as well. And to perfectly illustrate this point, I want you, I want you guys to try and see if you can imagine what would happen if there were no deductibles. Like the insurance commission just said, okay, stop charging deductibles. And what if insurance companies did not charge deductibles anymore? Could you imagine what would happen? There'd be a large increase. You'd be expecting a large increase in minor claims, gas, slight nicks, what they call this, minor tune-ups, minor repairs, aesthetic fixations, all that sort of stuff. And these are very, very minor repairs, which take usually less than the deductible to repair on your own, to spend on your own. So when every car owner knows that they can have the insurance pay for everything, take care of every minor damage to major damages, you'll be seeing an increase in claims, and insurance companies will be experiencing an increase in money out. They'll experience tenfold more losses when it comes to claims, which is actually a bad thing because that is very, very hard to maintain financially, especially for an insurance company. Imagine having to pay all those minor claims on top of your major claim. So it's additional losses that could bury the insurance company and could cause them to close down if their finances and reinsurers cannot support this type of model. And in order to support this type of model, you'll be surprised at what how the market will respond if everyone was able to file their claims, if everyone was able to have their minor claims taken care of by the insurance in order to mitigate these losses, in order to prepare for these types of losses. The insurance would have to increase premiums. Yes, magmamahal po ang sinisingil ng insurance, and that's even more bad news for the public, because in order to maintain their business models, in order to maintain their standing, insurance companies would have to adjust the premiums that they charge to accommodate the possibility that you're going to file minor claims below the deductible. And that's not a very ideal position as well. It would even cause even less Filipinos to buy insurance because it's so expensive and things are already hard already as it is. Don't you think so? So deductibles are there for a really, really good reason. It keeps the types of claims that insurance companies handle up to a specific economic level, and it prevents them from really skyrocketing the premiums, which is good for the public. It allows the insurance companies to control the premiums that they charge, and I do believe that's a necessary evil, especially in the field of uh, insurance. And I do hope you guys appreciate that as well. Now, that's point number one. Point number two, though, you'll find this very, very interesting. Although deductibles are a very, very big deal in car insurance, you'll be surprised to know that not every type of car insurance handles deductibles. Let me put the S there. What do you mean, Miguel? Not every type of motor car insurance? Well, you've got different types of motor car insurances. Tama po ba? You've got your CTPL. You've got your no-fault indemnity, which are part of the CTPL all on its own. And then you've got the comprehensive policies with Section 3, which is your no-fault, which is your own damage and theft. And then finally, Section 4, which is your excess liabilities, taking care of excess bodily injuries and excess third-party property damages. So these four types of insurances, you've already got them out there in the market. Section 1 and Section 2, they're already packaged. And you'll be surprised to know that point number 2 is that the the CTPL does not charge you deductibles whenever you file a claim. Well, that may be good news for you. The reason why, though, is because as I've explained in a previous video about CTPL coverages, I'll put the link up in the description right there. And if you're watching on YouTube, I'll put the link in the description down under. Uh, when you file a claim for third party bodily injury, the first insurance that will respond will always be the CTPL because it's mandated for every driver. So when every driver has CTPL, and whenever a driver or whenever a customer files a claim for their CTPL, the settlement check that is written to reimburse the customer does not have any deductibles applied to it. But that is the only case. CTPL lang po. What about own damage? Uh, Deductibles are applied there. What about third party but excess, third party liabilities and property damages? Yep, deductibles are applied there as well. It only applies to the CTPL section, the compulsory third-party liability section. Bet you didn't know that. So you don't experience any deductibles pag ganun po ang claim. But if it's damage to the vehicle, damage to other people's properties, naku po, you will be expecting deductibles when you file your claims. And then finally, point number 3, you're gonna love this. There are certain companies that offer repair options that waive deductible fees. And yes, you've heard that right. On Tito Talks Non-Life Insurance Discussion, there are companies that provide repair options. If you choose to meet these conditions, if you meet these conditions and if you take the offer to send this particular vehicle to this repair option, there is a chance that you can get your deductibles waived. Wala ka nang babayaran na deductibles. No cash out when you have to file a claim to get your car fixed. Now, I'm pretty sure you're wondering, anong kumpanya yan? Well, I'll be more than happy to share that with you if you send me a direct message. You can message me on my Facebook page at Tito Talks. Also, you can send me an email directly at Tito Talks, tito.migs.talks at gmail.com. All links will be in the description as well so that you can get in touch to me. And I do think that concludes our session for today. Let's do a quick recap of what we've got for you today. Number one po about deductibles. They're there for a good reason. They control the amounts of premiums and they control the types of claims that insurance companies operate on. Point number two is that deductibles do not apply, or deductibles are not applied during CTPL claims. And then finally, point number three, and I'm going to stress this a little bit more, there are certain companies that provide repair options that can allow you to waive the deductibles. And once again, you want to get to know these companies, send me a message. I'll be more than happy to hook you up with quotations from these companies. Always happy to help. And with that being said, thank you so much once again for watching Tito Talks non-life insurance discussions. If you're looking to buy, looking to sell insurance, want to know the details of paying zero deductibles, please let me know. I would love to hear from you guys. And as always, leave me a like on our videos. Leave me some comments and suggestions. Are there questions, concerns, particular topics that you want me to cover in one of our next videos? Let me know. I need content, please. But nonetheless speaking, always happy to provide our expertise to the general insuring public. With that being said, let me bid goodbye to you. Once again, this is Miguel of Tito Talks Non-Life Insurance, hoping that you guys enjoy the rest of your Friday and the rest of your weekend.